going in the section. With the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga, woof. I'm a 88 pack nigga, woof. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Once again, it's time to bleed. We got the building. Dwayne Jones. Viva tu vida. Gio James. Adrian Vett. Daniel Mitchell. Deland James. Nitty G. Shemaine Callahan. Simon Bridgman. King Jr. Big Texas Smith. Bole, bole. Bole, bole. What's good? Anwar Willis, Rick Blackwell, Thrill Hill, Optima LD, Jamil Allen, Ramel Lane, Eric Holt, Jay Walk, Soul Power, Antonio Hambrick, Robert Singleton, Tay, Long Island on deck, what's good? Pink Meadow, salute, sis. Chef Boyardee, Lewis Wilson, I am Ill Will. Go subscribe to my brother. The Brothers UK, salute. I Rock, what up? Kane the bad guy. What's good? Slip the jab in the building. Young World, KO, Devin Blocker, Mike 202, Brown on Boxing, Thank Father, JC. Go subscribe to my brother JC. Eric Jenkins, King Vonnie, my mama seasoning, salute. What's good? No doubt, family. I see everyone coming in the building. Xavier, what's good, mate? All right. Before I get started on this morning's topic, I need to put the icing on the cake. All right. Shout out to the Smoke City Mobcast. I just saw a post they put up this morning. Tanisha, the young goddess, salute, sis. How are you? Salute to them. Oh, man. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. All right. Let's go. Y'all can see that? Good. 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 Let's hear it.
He said, next fight, I want Terrence Crawford.
Well, I killed the fight. Yeah.
So you wouldn't want that for Manny.
No, because I would know how it would end.
Spence out the picture this year.
I'm out on.
Is it possible to
Pacquiao don't want to fight. Leave Pacquiao alone. He's an old man. He doesn't want to fight Crawford. He didn't want to fight him when I was promoting it. No disgrace. Pacquiao not fighting Crawford. Pacquiao is not.
If he were to win, did you always feel he was a fighter who could be competitive with a Manny Pacquiao, that he's ready for that kind of stage?
Well, I don't know. A lot of my matchmakers think that Manny is too much for him. One thing about Terrence,
If he were to win, did you?
that he is vulnerable to a good southpaw puncher. You know, he leaves himself open a little bit. So the question is, Manny, who's a terrific puncher, if he nails that.
He was there. It had been committed. It was a fight that was going to take place in a country in the Mideast. And then the Minister of Health in that country said, you can't do it because I can't guarantee that money was there. They'll allow spectators, and it would have been this week. So he was right. Now they called us, and they said, if Terrence is successful, we want to resume the talks and see if we can do it in the spring ball.
So in October, if Bud resigns, Terrence, are you going to be a man?
You know, man, you're Bud.
Okay. So let's close that chapter. We're done here. Don't talk to me about that guy. All right. Especially after October. Drury Hines. MP, what the fuck? Kane the bad guy, Lander 216, Devin Blocker, Felix Nunez, slipped the jab. Yeah. Ivor Doherty. Look, man. Don't talk to me about that guy. Anyway. How y'all doing this fine morning? Shade girl, salute. All right, let's get started. PJ's Big Dog. Jay Grant, what up? All right. Jeffrey Lopez, my brother in the building, what up? Yeah, smash the like button. Bruce Goes, the OG, salute. All right. So this weekend, we got Devin Haney versus Mr. Linares. All right. Y'all know who I'm rooting for. Y'all already know. That goes without saying. Miss TTUK, what up? Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. Cadillac Red and them boys in the building. Go subscribe to my brother Supreme Beast. So, I got 4 men in the picture. Got Devin Haney and Linares, and you got Teofimo and Kambosos. Now, granted, now let's say everything goes the way that we want it to. My question is, do you think we're really going to get undisputed? Salute to Opena LD in that super chat. Much love and appreciation. He said, positive Bud not going to resign since Pamper Bob is outlawing his client value. Well, the difficulty there is he's out here justifying what Aram is doing. And he says that we don't know his heart. So if he knows better than us, then fine. Just know this. We hold him to a high standard because we talk about how good he is. Through all of that, we still have him, a lot of us still have him pound for pound number 1. And see, this is where the conversation gets confusing because we're not discrediting his skill set. We're not doing that. We're just asking, why? Why are you there? Remember when we weren't discrediting Manny Pacquiao's skill set and saying, yo, look, the Floyd fight could happen. But how many times did he re-sign with Bob Arum? And we were like, dogs, all you got to do is leave and you can get the fight. You got your own star power. You could keep the majority of your own money like Floyd is doing. This is when Manny, he already had a couple of losses, but this is when Manny was Manny. I mean, the Filipino fans were out for him. American fans were out for him, and he was the good guy, Floyd the bad guy. And we was like, yo, all you gotta do is leave, and you can make the fight, and y'all can have a trilogy, and there's millions of dollars everywhere, and you can promote your own. And he had a lot of Filipino fighters following him. And I said, yo, the star power's there, the money's there. All you got to do is leave, and you're your own man. And he resigned. And we was like, what are you doing, dude? Wait a minute. Are we putting him on a pedestal that he doesn't need to be on? Do we have more faith in his abilities than he do? So Terrence, are you going to stand on your own feet? Are you going to be a man?
You know, man, you're bud.
I don't know. You got to tell me, bro. He leaves Top Rank. That man could do whatever he want. That man could do whatever he want. Number one pound for pound. Skill set is incredible. His fans think he could beat the world. He has those three things going for himself. All he has to do is leave and prove his fans right, his hardcore fans. All right? And let me be very clear. Dude, there's no such thing as a bud hater. There's no such thing as a bud hater. You know what a hater does? A hater discredits everything about a fighter, from their skill set in the ring to their income, their family, their body types. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Jamaican Chalice Wagwan. That's what a hater does. I've yet to find a bud hater say that he can't fight. Because that is stupid. That's stupid. What we're doing is holding him accountable. You know, like how we held Errol Spence accountable, right? I know I said, yo, you know, I'm happy he survived. And at that time, we didn't know what his condition was. I said, look, I'm happy he survived, man. But damn, him driving drunk, that was some irresponsible stuff right there. He shouldn't have did that. I'm glad he didn't kill himself, and I'm glad he didn't kill anybody else. Can you imagine if he rolled over some people, killed them, and he survived and was allowed to come back to the sport with bodies on his Ricky Williams salute, with bodies on his resume, like real bodies? Can you imagine if that car rolled over a block full of people and killed some people, but he survived? Thank goodness none of that happened. He killed the car and he almost killed himself. That was enough. But I remember saying, yo, look, don't drink and drive, man. That's irresponsible. That's holding him accountable, is it not? That's not saying, oh, but you know, it's okay. And we didn't cap for him and saying, we didn't say, well, look, Jim Lerick's drunk drive and ran over some people and killed them. He did. Both are wrong, though. What I did, when I did bring up Jim Lerick's, I did say, the Yankee, go look it up. Because that barely made the news. You know, white man, you know, whatever. What I did say is, okay already. He didn't kill anybody. He almost killed himself. And the man is fine. I'm sure he learned this lesson. What I'm not going to let you do is lean on him unnecessarily. Because I doubt there was no internet when Jim Lerick's did that. I mean, there was an internet, but there was no social media at that height when he did that. And I'm wondering, did all those people have the same energy? You know, like how they want to hold Shakur Stevens to the standard so much that when he had that little mishap in the street, because that happens to a lot of kids. All right. I know Kane the bad guy. It's bad. It's all bad. Bert, salute. They want to hold Shakur Stevens to that standard. So much to the fact that they changed his picture on BoxRec and put his mugshot. And that was brought to my attention. Shout out to Barbershop Conversations. Fred brought that to our attention. Well, I learned about it on his show. I don't know if Fred found it, but either Fred found it or somebody brought it to his attention. I went and I said, oh man, this is mugshot. So somebody changed it back to a regular picture. And then they BoxRec put the mugshot back and blocked the person who changed the picture. And we had to write emails for them to change it. And they changed it, but we had to go through that. Now, what if I went in there to Kovalev's box rec and put his mugshot? Wait a minute. Everyone who's on their desktop, Jamal Davis, salute. Everyone who's on the desktop, see if you can find a mugshot of Sergey Kovalev. Pull up another window and see if you can find it, because I couldn't find one. And that guy has committed multiple crimes, heinous crimes, beating women, kicking their animals, stalking, and a DUI in California. Now, if you can find a mugshot, great, send it to me. And I want to see if I could change that and put it in his box rec. Can't even find that man's mugshot, man. So wrong is wrong. I said all that to say this. I hold athletes accountable. I hold everybody accountable. I do. So we holding Bud accountable. Him staying with Top Rank in our eyes, in my eyes, it doesn't make sense. It's like non-alcoholic beer. It doesn't make sense. Salute to JK Productions in that super chat. He said, who you think Bud should sign with after December? Where's all the smoke? The PBC. Or he could be independent. He's Bud Crawford, right? Let's see if he can really sell some seats. Let me ask you a question. And I didn't want to really talk about Bud, but I guess he's in the conversation because they're talking about him and, well, Bob Arum is talking about him versus Josh Taylor. To me, that makes no sense. Bud has work elsewhere. Bud has work elsewhere, man. Smash the like button. Let me check these likes. We're having a conversation, family. Bud got star power. Well, look, Bob Arum, who, DeLon James, I don't know. When I used to drink, I always have to put something in it. Lemon or some type of powdered sugar drink or whatever in the cool. I never drank a Corona straight. Never. I always put something in it. So I don't know who drinks beer for taste, but nothing makes sense. Drake Finest, J.A. Dixon, salute, y'all. I see y'all in the building. I'm just cooking right now. Salute to y'all. Well, you know, we know Bob lies and he double talks a lot. Is he lying when he says Bud can't sell seats? I was at the Amir Khan fight. That was a pay-per-view. It looked pretty packed. I guess the sales in the Garden were good. But the pay-per-view sales, I don't think Bud made a return on his investment. Look, Arum got so pissed with Bud. Y'all know what he said. Y'all heard him say he killed the Manny Pacquiao fight. He said that, man. He said that. When he said that, I was like, oh, why would he do that? Oh, well. That was the fight that would have put Bud over. That fight right there. If he'd have beat Manny a few years ago, if Bob allowed that to happen, he could have bopped in at 147 and had a bigger argument with Errol Spence. Hey, man, I beat Manny Pacquiao. I knocked him out. Floyd ain't knocked him out. I knocked him out. Nah, Manny's done. Gets in there and beats Keith Thurman. We haven't heard from Keith since. That's a little embarrassing. And he looked good in that fight. Am I disrespecting Bud? No, I'm asking questions. I never disrespected Bud. I'm asking questions. None of this makes sense. So your promoter blames you for him not making money. He blames you for not marketing yourself, but he's your promoter? Wait a minute. Salute to Jermaine being in that super chat. Much love and appreciation. He said if Bud wants Josh Taylor, he has to re-sign to Bob. Yup. Yup. And let me be very clear. Yesterday, the conversation was never who wins in a fight. The conversation was, is Taylor about to steal his shine? And remember what Bob said. He said, I like that fight between Josh Taylor and Bud Crawford in the UK. Because Bud don't sell no seats. Basically, that's what he said. Look it up. And I said, that's strange. That's very strange. Why would he say that? Why would he want Bud to go to the UK to fight a guy who just became undisputed? To fight a guy that just became undisputed. To fight a guy that just became undisputed in the UK. Manny was on his way out of Top Rank. I mean, yeah, he was on his way out of Top Rank. And Bob said, Manny, I got a fight for you. You're going to go to Australia and fight this guy named Jeff Horn. Nobody was checking for Jeff Horn. When that fight was announced, I said, here he go fighting some nobody again. Here he go. He took his behind down there and y'all saw what happened. So I said, oh, man. All you got to do when you're on Bob's bad side and he even thinks you're leaving, he'll put you in a fight and all the opponent got to do is get to 12. And no matter what happens, that person will win. I guarantee you, if Bud fights Josh Taylor and Taylor somehow makes it to 12, listen to my language now. Listen to my language. If Josh somehow manages to get to 12, he's going to win the fight. If he somehow manages to get to 12, he's going to win the fight. Has Bob Arum ever complained about marketing with Tyson Fury? Meanwhile, he got on Fred's show and said he's in the red with him. Has he ever complained about marketing? Has he ever complained about marketing when it comes to Vasily Lomachenko, who has not had a successful pay-per-view? Now, true, every fighter has a different budget, I'm sure. Maybe the budget he has for Bud Crawford was really big, and he's just pissed that he didn't get a return on his investment. I don't know. I got to talk to Blue Blood about that. But maybe that's it. But I don't recall him saying anything about Vasily Lomachenko, who couldn't sell a pay-per-view. Tyson Fury, who had 2 failed events, and he got on Fred's show and said he's in the red with him. Spent all year long trying to avoid Deontay Wilder. And then gets to Bud and said, yo, I could have bought a house in Beverly Hills with the amount of money I lost with him. Bud, wake up and smell the failure. So when we talk about Bud, believe me when I tell you it's out of love. Never mind, okay, he don't talk to certain media outlets. All right, man. We got that. That has nothing to do with your skill set. We never disrespected your skill set, Bud. We, believe it or not, we still want what's best for you. And when you didn't take the 60-40, we was like, what the hell? And now I'm led to believe if he agreed to take the 60-40, I really think Bob would have stepped in and created all these hurdles, much like how Eddie Hearn did with AJ and Wilder. I'm pretty sure he'd have did that. 60-40, yeah, that's good, but who's going to pay for it? Something that Bob would have, he did it with Manny and Floyd for 5 years, man. He did it already. He did it already. But listen to me very carefully. Well, okay, according to some of his fans, like the tool that was in here that I had to block, actually. I blocked him this morning because he's a douchebag. A douchebag. All right, so he's gone. All right, everything he was typing was incoherent. So I said, all right, this kid's, okay, he's retarded. He's retarded. All right. He doesn't understand that we want what's best for him for more than one reason. All right. Terrence, please get away from that guy and be your own man. You can be independent or you can just go to the PBC. And mind you, there's a lot of fighters under the PBC banner that have their own companies. Man Down has his own. Deontay Wilder has his own. Okay? Sit down with Al and learn how to do that. You're Bud. You're number one pound for pound. Sit down with Al and learn how to sell some seats. Maybe you do got to run your mouth. I don't know. Look at the track record. Oscar left Bob. Floyd left Bob. Manny left Bob. You gonna be a man?
You know, man, you're bud.
Step up to the plate, man. Salute to JK Productions back in that super chat. He said, I feel like Bob wants Taylor Bud in the UK so he can try to keep that 147 belt with Top Rank before Bud leaves him. Listen, man. Bob out here playing chess, but we already know how it's coming. If sitting at home, if we could, because dude, this ain't new. We've seen this before. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. What you just said makes sense. Yep. That's right, Chris. He's getting set up. Bud, listen. Listen to me. There's nobody here that I think in the chat. Josh Taylor doesn't beat you. But marketing-wise, he's going to beat you. Why? The same reason why everybody was talking about Vasyl Lomachenko, the Matrix, skill set, speed and angles, erasing O's off his record and talking about him while you are still undefeated. But where's the lie? Even Lomachenko said that you were number one pound for pound. When they asked him, would you fight Bud? He said no. He said hell no. Y'all remember that? Vasyl was giving you props, Terrence. Nobody wanted to hear it. Bob ain't saying he's losing money on him. I'm curious, did he put more money into you than he did Vasyl Lomachenko? I don't know. Yeah, but Bud got knocked down by Green Machine. Linares knocked down Lomachenko. Lomachenko has another loss. He just lost to Teofimo. Lost everything. He even lost that franchise status. So now, this is how I'm going to segue into the topic at hand. Enough about Bud. Yesterday was a conversation of concern. I don't have to take a crap on Bud. I'm just pointing out things as they happen, and I'm talking out of concern. Because I don't care who he talks to, I do want him to be successful. This is concern. Once he starts talking about, I like to fight with Josh Taylor in the UK because he can't sell no seats over here. Terrence, this is concern. Going to the UK, you got to watch your water. You got to watch your water. You got to watch those fruit baskets that be in your room. Okay? Ask Layman Brewster. Told me a nice little story about Sam Peter before he fought Klitschko. You got to watch for stuff like that. I like the fight. I don't. If I'm Taylor's camp, I don't like that fight. Whoa. Terrence Crawford. No. I don't like that. Let's wait for these guys to clean up 135 and come to 140. Let's see what we can do. 147, let's go to the 147 and fight somebody in the low top 10 that we can compete with, but you want to put us in there with Bud right away? Chill. I don't like, and that's just me. If I'm Taylor's camp, no, I don't like that. But if Bud says, yo, trust me, you need to love that fight. If Aaron is saying that to Taylor's camp, oh, Terrence, October can't come fast enough, man. Nobody hates you over here. We have your best interests at hand. We're just questioning your business moves because we believe, now listen carefully, we believe you're better than this. We believe you're better than this, than all of this crap you're doing, man. He who greets with fire, yeah. Yep. I believe that. And Taylor's that dude at 140. No exceptions. No exceptions. He did what he had to do, man. I like Taylor. I don't think he beats Terrence Crawford, but I like Taylor. He had a harder way to go at 140. And already that's the marketing ploy with Taylor. Taylor has the pearl in the oyster right now. He can go in any direction. Whoever he fights at 147, if he beats someone at 147, they're going to deem him as great. If he hangs around at 140 and waits for these guys to come up from 135, which is the topic that we're talking about, this is all connected, by the way. He's going to be deemed as great. Now that brings me to the four men that I have on the screen. Got Devin Haney, the Dream, Haney. Now y'all know Devin's my guy. Trill Bill, I got him on speed dial. They fight this weekend. I'm expecting Devin to win convincingly. And we got Pablo Escobar. You're never late, brother. You're never late. And then we got Teofimo versus Kambosos. We know what we want to happen. All right. To the Devin haters, I know you might want him to lose. All right. But if you're a hater, you want that to happen. I want you to be very clear. I want to be very clear what type of supporter I am. I could favor one fighter over another fighter. Right? But if that other fighter is fighting someone else, I want that fighter to win 100% of the time. Because the fighter I'm favoring, I want them to fight so I could be sure and I could be proven right in my thought process. Do you think, I laughed when AJ lost to Ruiz. I laughed, I did, before I figured out what was going on, the grand scheme. I ain't gonna get into that. That's a whole nother conversation. But I was also like, dang, man. That night, I said, that was supposed to be Jarrell Miller. That was supposed to be Jarrell Miller. Also, I said, man, look at that. That guy don't beat Deontay Wilder. Dang. Stole the thunder. I was like, dang. So, to the Devin Haney haters, y'all need to be rooting for him. If y'all really, 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 really want to be proven right, Think about what I'm saying, because who else is in this picture? Pete, what up? Who else is in that picture? Teofimo Lopez. Now, let me tell you about Teofimo Lopez. He's from New York. He's from Brooklyn. So automatically, I was supporting him. I liked his style. I liked his energy. He had a little mental collapse for a second, but that's fine. That has nothing to do with this conversation. I shouldn't even have said anything about that. Eric 7 Brian says Lopez is undisputed. Are you trolling, dude? All right. Anyway, so T, I'm supporting the guy, man. And when he got the Lopez fight, but he was saying things in between. When they kept interviewing him and Devin Haney's name came up, he was saying things that was going right over our head for a second, but I heard him say it. He did an interview where he mentioned something about Devin Haney not being a champion because it wasn't in the plans of the WBC. Do y'all recall that? I should have pulled it up. There's a bunch of interviews. This is before the Lomachenko fight. And I said, why would he say that? And then after the Lomachenko fight, I said, damn, that's what he meant. Because what did he do? You know that little franchise status that Mauricio Suleiman somehow made up, that we all had a problem with, right? Remember that? And then Lomachenko, y'all remember what happened? Do you remember what happened? What's his brother's name? Good brother Eric 7 Brian. You remember what happened? You remember what happened, Eric? Franchise status pops up seemingly out of nowhere. But Mauricio Suleiman says you have to request it. And then they have to review your application to see whether you're worthy enough to have it. You remember that? Syriac, what up? Salute. Is Josh Taylor's middle name Lopez? That's a negative, Kate. All right, I'm going to give you my thoughts on T.O. I know, Syriac. Y'all better run up and get that. I got 10 shares, but that's another topic. I got 10 shares. Y'all better hurry up and get on that. That's another topic, though. Go holler at my brother Junior, the truth. All right? Go get on his Patreon. Yeah, Eric. Yeah, I know, brother. There was a you have to ask for it, and then it has to be reviewed. The franchise status, you have to ask for it. It has to be reviewed, and then they say, okay, yay or nay. They give you the thumbs up or thumbs down. Right? This was not a status that they go around looking to give out. You have to request it, and they review it. Thumbs up, thumbs down. So Lomachenko got the thumbs up. He took the franchise status and said, we don't need this real WBC title. Throw it in the trash. And Devin Haney was standing there with his fist wrapped up like, huh? Devin Haney was sitting in his $1 million home, chilling. I don't know, probably playing his Xbox on his 100-screen TV. His phone goes off. Doo-doo. He looks at his phone. He calls Trill Bill. His dad say, Dad, they're telling me I'm the WBC champion now. What? I thought we had to fight. What? because he was in line to fight Loma, you know, and a lot of people don't, you know, they don't remember that. I know you goofing around, E. I know, bro. I know. I'm just reminding people how it happened. And that's strange. Devin got the belt via email. He didn't ask for the belt via email. He was just minding his own business, waiting to fight Lomachenko because he was in line to fight Loma. Loma vacates, requests the franchise status. That's only about a year old. They give it to him, and he vacates the real strap. And somehow the fans, instead of holding Lomachenko accountable, what did they do? They start taking a piss on Devin Haney. Aha, email champion. What? Wait a minute. I was trying to fight that guy. Aha, email champion. So the Lomachenko fans, aha, email champion. Instead of saying, yo, Loma, yo, why don't you go shut that kid's mouth? We don't like him. Get him out of there. You know what you guys are? And I'm talking to the haters right now. You know what you guys are? You the guys in school that talked all that crap because you knew you had a big brother. Did y'all get what I just said? Y'all remember the term, I'm talking to the OGs now. Y'all remember the term pipsqueak? Pipsqueak? You were the pipsqueaks in school that had the biggest mouths in the world, and no one beat you up because you had an older brother. That was a little crazy. Man, I'll slap so-and-so up beside his head, man, but I know after school he'll get his brother. And y'all 10 years old, his brother's 18, and he ain't care. You seen him come down to the playoffs, start flinging kids around over his little brother. But his little brother in school talking big. That's how y'all sound. You see, I come from an era, shout out to Bruce Goals, shout out to Stormy B-Man and all the other OGs. I come from an era where if I supported a fighter and there was somebody in his rankings that people started talking about, yo, he could beat this guy, I'm like, nope, that fight's next, fight him next. Because the guy that I'm supporting is the man, and I don't want no discrepancies. Lennox Lewis wanted all the smoke. Evander Holyfield wanted all the smoke. James Toney wanted all the smoke. Marvin Hagler wanted all the smoke. If there was somebody in the top 15 that they were saying, yo, this guy could come up and beat Hagler, Hagler would be like, nope. You bring him to me now. Word, yeah, in 2 years? I'll be here in 2 years. Y'all remember a guy named John the Beast Mugabe? Oh, this guy, this is the new Hagler, man, and Hagler's old on his way out. This is the new Hagler. Who goes back that far? Leading up to that fight. Yeah, this guy right here. John Mugabe was knocking over trees. Y'all go ahead and look at that fight on YouTube. Y'all tell me how John Mugabe made out. Hagler wanted all the smoke. Now, those names I just said, the fans, and you guys, the same guys who support these new guys, these newer fans that were born in 2003, that claim they pay homage to these older fighters that I just mentioned, you can't support them and be laughing at Devin Haney. You can't. You cannot. Laughing at Devin Haney and supporting Lomachenko and supporting Teofimo Lopez. You cannot. Now, I went off on Teofimo a few times. You know why? And follow me on this. I got so mad. I got on Fred's show. I just like, what the hell did I did? I was doing calisthenics in the park. And before I went upstairs, right, I beamed in the Fred show and I went off. I went off. I had on a blue hoodie. I went off. You know why? Because I felt betrayed. This was a guy in Teofimo Lopez. He was from New York, and I supported him. And I always knew he'd beat Lomachenko. I always knew. And I was so happy when he did it. And when he pulled this B move, he let me down. And I'm like, you're right, Rashawn, he didn't. He didn't. He didn't. I was so mad with Tio that I don't like being wrong about a fighter that I support. I honestly believed that this kid wanted to clean it up. And the biggest fight at 135 was between him and Devin Haney. And all we ever want is one champion because it's too confusing now. So when he put in the request for the franchise status, the first thing I said was, I thought that thing was not transferable. The franchise status permits you to go up and down in weight as far as you think you can go, and you can't lose it. It just gives you carte blanche to do what you want to do. So you can either go around and prove that you're the man, or it's a protection shield. It's a condom. Can we call the franchise belt the condom belt now? Because it's a protection belt. The condom belt. It's a dirty condom belt. That's what it is. I hereby call the franchise status the condom belt. Because it's bad protection. It's bad protection. It's used. Because you're getting it. It's used. And you look like a dick having it. How about that? Canelo. Tio. The dirty condom belt. Mark, according to the new rules, the IUD belt. Loma's no longer the franchise champ. It wasn't transferable. And in mid-rule, Mauricio changed the rules. Now it's transferable. The dirty condom belt. Because only a dick requested. It's something that's made up. And everybody knows it. So what Tio did, what got me mad was, what Tio did was he requested it. And I said, why the hell is he requesting that? He got it, and then he's running around talking about he's undisputed. I was like, mother, boop, boop. Man, I went off. I'm sure it's on Fred's show. I have a stalker in the DMV that did a whole video with me going off. I did. I don't take it back because I was pissed off. Salute to Rick Blackwell in that super chat. He said the lambskin belt. SB, stay sharp. Salute. I don't know, 22B. I don't know. Look, man. Tio let me down because I didn't think he'd do that. I didn't think he'd do that. Now, I understand business, but you don't have to make me like it. I did give him props. Block Jonathan Ramirez. I did give him props for putting the F to Bob Arum. That I did do. Well played. He got his bag. He went to Triller, but he won that battle. He didn't win the war. Because according to what I've heard, Bob still gets a portion of his purse. So he signs a fight with Triller. Now check it out. It's two different. Both events were announced. Devin's fighting this weekend. The Triller event. You know what I read? They said that the concerts, the performers at the concerts will have been announced. I don't know if I'll ever get used to this. I'm still stuck in the 80s. You know, I guess we're gonna have to change with the times. I guess this is the new era of boxing, whether we like it or not. So we're gonna have to adjust with the times. Fine. They said the fights have been announced, the concerts have been announced. Okay. I didn't recognize any of the artists. I to be honest, I didn't even go through it. I'm sure they're popular. But now I got to sit through a concert with a bunch of rappers that I don't listen to, some reggaeton acts I don't listen to, and just to get to a boxing match. Fine. But T.O. got his bag. But he was, Xena 360. There's a Triller does a concert. They do music acts in between the boxing. So what they're attracting, which is actually genius, they're attracting the Corey Salute. They're attracting the younger generation who listens to these guys. Trick Noty in the building, my brother. They're listening to these musical acts, and when that's over, we get some boxing. So we can watch the boxing during the fight party. And then when they watching the musical acts, the older people will sit down and start talking about boxing, and the younger people could talk about their favorite artists with the colorful shoes and skinny jeans. And when that's over, the boxing match will come up, and then we'll turn to the screen, and they'll go off, and they'll start smoking their marijuana. I mean, hey. So, but they're getting the eyes of both fans. So if you really care about Teofimo, you'll pay and sit through that. But he got his bag, and I gave him credit for that. But he was running around talking about he's undisputed. And he's not. But according to Mauricio Suleiman, he is. So when he was on Fred's show, shout out to Barbershop Conversations, we asked him, man. We said, yo, wait a minute. Is he? And if you go back and look at the show, the explanation he gave, they still said to him, yo, wait a minute, man, that don't make no sense. No. I still think it's a great idea. It just takes some getting used to. All right, man, whatever, man. Which is why I think all the WBC champions should throw that crap in the garbage. And he gave out another one fairly recently to one of those booger weights. That's the reason why people can't watch boxing now. It's too much. What's more important, the original WBC strap or this franchise thing? And why the hell is Devin Haney paying sanctioning fees on the WBC strap that he didn't win in the ring and he didn't ask for via email? They gave it to him. So you give this kid a sanction, you give him a belt, and then you give him a bill for the belt? Hey, you're the champion. Great. Yeah, his sanctioning fees is $200,000, however much it costs. So wait a minute. You're giving this to me. You basically gave me a bill, man. Huh? What? So now you're going to collect a sanctioning fee from me? Now, don't quote me on any of this. I'm just saying. I know that when you have a title, you have to pay a sanctioning fee. And I haven't spoken to Bill about it. Well, I have. Whatever, man. But Teofimo Lopez is not undisputed. He's not. He has other fighters telling him, yeah, Carlos Estrada, franchise at 115. Why? What is going on? And when we point this out, and this is just logic. We're like, yo, Devin didn't ask for that. He got it in the mail. Yeah, he's an email champion. Aha. Back to you fans. Y'all are celebrating your favorite fighter ducking competition. That's what you're doing. You can't hate Devin Haney that much. You love your guy that much that you don't want to see him face real competition? What kind of fan are you? What are we dealing with here? That's right, Focus Ball. Consumer fraud. That's what it is. That's what it is. So Devin fights this weekend. I need him to beat Linares. And I believe he will. I need Lopez to beat Kambosos. And listen, man, I'd be lying to you if I told you I'm well educated about Kambosos. He's talking a good one. He looks pretty game. People are saying it's not going to be an easy fight. Fine. But I need Lopez to win that fight. You know why? Because Haney and Lopez are still on a collision course. Tio just put something out talking about, yo, you can't duck and hide for long. Bro, duck and hide? What are you talking about, Tio? What are you talking about? And his fans will run behind him and support that nonsense. What kind of fans are you? That's nonsense. I need Devin to win. I need Lopez to win. Let me ask y'all a question. Are we going to get undisputed at 135? Because Lopez has all the marbles, right? He has a majority of the Infinity Stones. Do you think Lopez is going to keep his word? Based off of the current atmosphere of these new style of fans, justifying nonsense, justifying ducking. And this is me. This is how I'm coming up with my assessment. They justify ducking. They wave those pom-poms so hard, they don't care if their favorite guy knocks out 50 bums while avoiding the other man in their division that they feel will give them somewhat of a problem. That's right. He got G-checked by Josh Taylor. He did. Do y'all think that Teofimo Lopez is going to keep his word and become really undisputed by facing Devin Haney next? Granted, they get by their opponents. Is he going to keep his word? Just put yes or no. I'm just curious. Yes or no? Nope. 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 No. 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 Well, goddamn. No. 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 L-Dub says yes. No. Dysfunctional Veteran says no. Woke says no. New York Forever. Salute. He says no. Rick Blackwell, no. Big Tony, no, no, no. Mark Ambrose says, yes, I hope. That's where I'm at. Yes, I hope. I hope. That's right, Viva. He could be fighting right now for undisputed. Nope. No. So the family has no faith in Teofimo. No faith. Now, our answers are clearly based off of his behavior. You can't call us haters or anything. It's based off of his behavior. Bravo, salute, fam. You know what I mean? Don't get mad at us. Now, a Teofimo fanboy, whatever you want to call him, will come on here and say, Oh man, you guys are just hating on Teofimo. Oh, you guys are racist against Latinos. You can't stand Teofimo. What is all this hate against Teofimo? It's not hate. Because watch this. Teofimo's not a bum. I supported Teofimo. Teofimo's far from a bum. I picked Teofimo to beat Vasyl Lomachenko. I also picked Devin to beat him. And Lomachenko's not a bum. I just didn't think he was better than those two guys. And that was proven. He fought one of the guys. He got rid of the belt. Now, listen to me. He got rid of the belt to avoid Devin and jumped into the fire with Teofimo. Why do you think he did that? Because he thought Teofimo was an easier task. Okay? Because if he'd have beat Teofimo, right, people would have been running around talking about Lomachenko's really undisputed. And we'd be having the same conversation, but involving Vasyl Lomachenko. And then maybe Teofimo would have been running around trying to fight Devin. Because now he had nothing. You see? So we don't have to worry about Vasyl Lomachenko right now. We'll see what happens with Nakatani. I'll talk about that when that gets closer. So now, Teofimo, is he going to keep his word? I don't know. He's been talking big. His bark is real big. Been on social media. Didn't he say Devin had D-sucking lips? One of the most suspect things that you can ever say to a man. Dogs. All right. But his bark is real big. His bark is real big. DJ Zion Love, Black Star Sports. What up? His bark is real big, man. Get past Kambosos because I don't know how good this guy is. Tio can get in there and mollywop him in one round. But everything I've said to you is fair. It's a fair assessment based off of the actual facts. All right? Fair assessment based off the actual facts. There's no hate. I didn't disrespect Teofimo's skill set. But when he did that and started saying I'm undisputed, I said, no, you're not, man. Go get Devin. I want to see who's the man. And he was like, nope, I ain't got to fight him. And I went off on Fred's show. And at the end, you know what I said, right? I said, Tio, it's Haney time. Haney. I was mocking somebody. You see, Bill is my man. Devin's my man. I think Devin is the best at 135. But honestly speaking, if this was Devin doing this, everybody would be holding him accountable, would they not? And guess what? I'd be on the phone with Bill like, yo, Bill, come on, man. Y'all got all these belts and y'all requested this franchise thing, and whoever, Lomachenko or T.O. got the WBC strap. You got to clean that up, man. And there will be nothing Bill will be able to say to me to make me think otherwise. Because right is wrong is wrong. I couldn't justify Devin being franchise champion, requesting it, and rip Canelo for having it. Did you get what I just said? Did you get what I just said? How could I rip Canelo for having it? How can I rip Mauricio Sulaiman from lying to the people? Being on Fred's live stream, getting drunk. The man was Please go watch that. Please go, the Barbershop Conversations when Mauricio Suleiman was on there the second time. A few funny things happened. A few funny things happened. He had a conversation with Reggie Owens. It was him versus Reggie Owens, the rematch. It was hilarious. And as it progressed, watch his face. He was drinking. The man was drinking. I don't care what he's. Oh man. Reggie Owens versus yeah, Fred Rose. Yo, racist for calling me racist. Oh man, that was hilarious. Yo, listen, man. Classic show, but he told on himself. You see, when a party's guilty, let them talk. They're gonna tell you what they need to hear. When a person is uninformed about a topic, let them talk. They're gonna tell you what you need to hear. Quick example. And I gotta get out of here, but quick example. Andre Berto. Shout out to Andre Berto. He was in the barbershop last night. And he was asked about Wilder Fury. Go look at it. And he was giving his assessment. And his assessment was based off of what he thought he saw as being a clean fight. And I sent a $5 super chat. And I said, please ask Andre, why does he believe Tyson Fury was avoiding this fight all year long? And we'll look and listen to his response. And I told the chat, he doesn't know. You're welcome. Simple. I didn't need to beam in and try and challenge him. I didn't need to do that. You just ask a question and listen to the answer. And he didn't know about all this other stuff that's going on. He didn't pay attention to it. These guys are in their own world, handling their own business. He has his own podcast. He doesn't have time to research and do everything that we're doing. So his response was based off of just what he saw in the ring. He probably heard some things, but he didn't do no research. So that's why I did that for 2 reasons: to get the answer and to make sure nobody in the chat attacked him. Because he honestly didn't know. So question answered. Sometimes you just let people talk. For instance, Teofimo Lopez. He did an interview. I got to go find it, where he says, yeah, Devin just has to understand that. He said something about the WB, his direction that he wants to go is not in the WBC's plans. Something he said. I got to go look at it. I got to find it. And when I first saw it, I said, what does he mean by that? Not in the WBC's plans. Which means what he meant was, with this franchise stuff, that Teofimo knew to play all along. If he beats Lomachenko, he's going to request the franchise status to be transferred to him. And the whole thing was, wait a minute, the franchise status wasn't supposed to be transferable in the first place. Why is it transferable now versus Lomachenko? Why is it? So let me see. And then Mauricio says, no, the franchise status has to be requested. So we said, how the hell do you request something that didn't exist when we talk about Canelo Alvarez? How the hell do you request something that doesn't exist? I think they sat down with Canelo and conjured that up in the first place. And he got it, and magically, he ain't had to fight Jamal Charlo. So let's see. Franchise status, he ain't had to fight Jamal Charlo. But that was masked by him going up to fight Sergey Kovalev. Oh, he didn't need to fight Charlo. He'd have beat him. Look what he did to Kovalev after a hard fight with Anthony Yard. And what does Canelo's fans do? He don't need to fight Charlo. Let him go to Europe and beat up a Liam Calum. That's just as good. Remember that? Fine. Not transferable. So if he went up and Kovalev beat him, would he have won it? No, not at that time because it wasn't transferable. But Lopez hollers at Suleiman and say, yo, look, I'm going to fight Loma. Let me get that belt. That was in the plan the whole time. I got to find that interview where he said, what Devin needs to understand is that he said something about the route he's choosing to go is not in the WBC's plans. And after all of this happened, I said, yo, that's what he meant. So let's see, Canelo, Lopez, Alvarez, Lopez, Estrada. And when we point that out, we get fools on here talking about, I don't understand. Why the hate towards Teofimo Lopez? I don't understand it. Why all this hate? I don't understand the hate of Teofimo Lopez. Mofo, it's not hate. You tell me what it's looking like. Did it not blow smoke up our ass? Look at what you need to have to get the franchise status. Uphold the integrity of the WBC. You ever heard of Gary Russell Jr.? I mean, I'd say Deontay Wilder prior to the loss, but firm salute. I'd say, but you can't give it to a heavyweight, right? Because the franchise status permits you to move up and down the weight. Heavyweight is cream of the crop. What is a heavyweight going to do? Drop down a light heavyweight or cruiserweight? That don't make no sense. Estrada, Alvarez, Lopez. Why y'all the hate on Teofimo Lopez? I don't understand. Yeah, I bet you don't. Did I lie on Lopez one time? Did I disrespect his skill set one time? All I asked is why did he request that status? And why was it granted to be transferable out of nowhere? He requested it, it was granted. When Devin had the last piece of the puzzle. And what did his fans do? Aha, we undisputed by way of the rules. He don't have to fight Devin. What kind of fans are you? You don't want him to clean that up? Huh? Your favorite fighter gets to duck? That's what you're celebrating? You guys are every bit the Budissi that your fighters are acting like. So Tio, prove me wrong. Make me a believer. You don't put it out there. You said that Devin can't run for long. He wasn't running in the first damn place. But you got some rabid-ass fans that are marching to your drum. Make me a believer because you know what, Tio? I had a lot of faith in you. And you let me down. I'm so pissed at you, man. Because you made me feel so, wrong rooting for you. I said I was rooting for this guy and he did this. Go ahead and check the barbershop. Go ahead and check that troll. He did a video of me, called me a knuckle dragger and all that. He called me a knuckle dragger for holding Teofimo Lopez accountable. The reality is he has a sexual attraction towards me, and he can't be me. He can never have big shoulders. He can never have a six-pack. He can never jog a mile and a half in 8 minutes. No, I'm lying. 11 minutes. He can never jog a mile and a half in 11 minutes. He can't do 5 push-ups. He sees me. He sees an alpha male. His channel sucks. He sucks, and he wants to suck me. You can't, dude. Anyway. I was a Teofimo supporter until he did that, which was wrong. So, in the chat has spoken. Listen, I asked the chat, is Tio going to keep his word? And nobody believes him. So there it is. I need Tio to win this fight. I need Devin to win this weekend. All right? Because I want to see if Tio's going to keep his word. And if he does not, if these men win their fights, if Tio puts up one more hurdle, I can't speak for anyone else, but I'm going to lean on him. And it's going to be harsh. And it's going to be tastefully done. And I ain't got to lie on him. I'm just going to say the truth. The general's on, y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Bronx on deck. Move!